Good afternoon, everybody. We are really quick underway on the Speed Gaming. Welcome. We've got some more of the Link to the Past Randomizer League Week 180 co-op. Today we've got JKLOL versus Missing Playoffs. I promise the teams have not traded players. The two players on the left are Leoria and Kaze, and they are from JKLOL, and our two players on the right, Ender and GFE, are Missing Playoffs. I'm Radical Sniper 99, joined today by Nira Lightshine with Nick Monkey and Ike here on the tracking. Hello.
Hi there, everyone. Here to call another race today. At least I think. Pleasure to be here, though. Also, it was Desert Palace Red, Eastern Palace Green Pendant.
Yeah, we got early checks of the uncle from two of our runners.
Also, that was the flute on Lumberjack Ledge.
Love to see an early aggro requirement.
Yeah, so no second to last boss AGA 1 today.
Yeah, and we do get an early play. Kazen is going to check out the front of Escape, getting those 10 bombs, whereas Sabo getting also up to 10 bombs, deciding to take those down to South Shore. So Leo gets the money in the mushroom spot as well as GFE. So quick money to start for them. They're well situated for this.
Also, there's the cape in drop down.
Isn't having a fun time with the bombs there. Taking a heart and a half of damage to start off. A little bit risky. Meanwhile, Sabotender is giving us the dam. And I'm going to assume Mini Moldorm Cave, but for all I know, he's going to make a play over to Agina real quick. And that bottle might have him just continue over to the left. Nope, he is going to go back.
I don't really blame him for doing Mini Moldorm. We're getting a look at Blind's Hut now.
Yeah, GFE and Leo both getting a nice little grouping of bombs to start off, so easy choice for them. And there's the boots already.
And the fire rod.
I mean, fire rod's nice, but I'm more paying attention to those boots.
Oh yeah, no, I am in agreement there, but fire rod is always nice. That way you don't have to hunt for both rods. Sabo Tender is getting the hook shot, the ice rod, 20 rubies, the piece of heart, and a heart container.
Yeah, wow. If I was talking to my partner, I'd just say grab all in Mini Moldorm Cave. You know, even just one heart container piece. Like these little additions are nice to have. Yeah. Kazen waiting out this green guard, gonna take care of him before going the rest of the way to get these kills. And really at this point, Kazen's probably just gonna follow into Kakariko. Didn't really get much out of the escape yet, but
there's a sword in the well.
Yeah, and at this point, like, I would definitely say to my opponent, like, or my partner, hey, come to Kakariko, get your boots, get your sword. And, oh, tough death there from Sabotender. Those crabs not playing kind today. Catches him pretty quickly.
Yep. Did we see what was on the bottle vendor?
No, I did not notice it, but I know they would have been able to purchase.
Oh, anything. It had to be a sword because. Oh wait, no, it had to be a sword.
I thought you said the sword was in the well, so.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, getting my stuff mixed up. There's the cane of Samaria. Also, there's a bottle they found.
The bottle was down at I thought Sabo got the bottle at the dam.
He did.
As the sunken treasure. I didn't see a bottle in Kakariko.
I didn't either. Just 10 arrows there. Yeah, Sabo did get the bottle. No problem. And 20 rubies on race game.
Yep, so quick finish up there, and that'll be good information. And yeah, so Kazen, you know, just getting some extra little bit of money. He's gonna skip that 300 for now in the Lost Woods. So we'll see if he decides to go back for that. He's just gonna get his cane of Samaria and probably make a play. I want to say Bonk Rocks, but with Leo heading down to South Shore, maybe he heads to Eastern area. that green pennant Eastern could, you know, feel like maybe I go in there and just at least get some of the work done. And no, he is heading to Bonk Rock, so.
Yeah, might as well.
Meanwhile, Salad is going to give us some interesting new info here. Being able to tell us, hey, you know, this is what Sick Kid has. So while Leo is going to get that bottle for JKLOL, as Kazin finds out, Bonk Rocks is not anything today.
No,
we will find out very shortly about Sick Kid.
Yep, they don't have bottle vet. They don't have Zora money yet. So.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the reason why Leo's going to go west here into check Desert Ledge and Agina.
Now, if I'm correct, too, the book can be on Desert Ledge, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I believe I've seen it before. I'm just making sure. Of course, it was just 3 bombs.
We're gonna get to Hashel's Closet here. We do get a heart container, and a little bit of money. Nothing of massive importance, and it does look like Kazen's gonna continue into Eastern just because. While we have some options, we don't have anything really great. I'd say really this seed is starting to look towards a trending on. I would not be shocked to find Lamp shortly, given the other equipment we've had.
Yeah. Did we see what was on Sick Kid?
No, but I did just see a glove there in the Zora waterfall.
Okay, piece of heart on Sick Kid. Thank you. Also, wow, that was quick and a glove, so that was a nice find.
Yeah, meanwhile, Kazden in Eastern Palace, Sabo Tender head in that direction. Leo's going to give us, or give JKLOL their first check of the Mini Mortarm Cave. All those goodies. As GFE is hitting up Hobo now. Just some bombs. So, I don't know if GFE scouted any of the Zora area. Obviously, without the lack of funds, not really pushing that play yet. So, it is looking more and more like Eastern's going to have something at this rate. And even if that's... See, even if it's flippers, it's not really a big answer yet. So, we'll see where this seed's kind of trying to point us.
Yep, so far just found the map and the compass.
And I'm trying to understand what Sabo's doing here. Very erratic movement.
The tracking issue might be back again. That's why that's happening. There's the lamp. That puts Aga completely into logic.
It was bound to happen sooner or later.
And there's Bombos. Leora might actually be going to Aga.
Yeah, she could also be trying to finish up the rest of the escape checks with that intent.
True. We will know in a second here because the lamp in back of escape will be very easy. Kate, how do you say that? Kazden?
Yeah, Kazden.
Okay. Kazden doing the dark rooms in Eastern, and there's our first shield.
Okay, so Leo did check Dark Cross, does not have the small key. Kazden told her that the small key is in the back as well, so rather than even really playing for that area, you know, maybe stealing a key, she's just finishing up, and this is going to be Aga from her, so she knows it's needed. We have all the access. You got a fire rod. I think that's a pretty safe route to go, so she's feeling good, gonna go right in for that. It looks like GFE following right behind as well. GFE and Leoria have really been playing almost similar routes up to this point.
Yep.
And we'll see how Kazden plays this. Like, I think there's a lot to say for him following but I also wonder if he might say, you know, let me check out, maybe I hit up some of the water walks, especially given the fact that Sabo and GFE, you know, both played for that water walk to get a glove. Like, I like this play from Missing Playoff saying, you know what, we know that the glove's out of logic completely, and we know that this back of escape is out of logic, but let's see how this all fits together.
Yep, and the book of escape is just map, key, and money.
Yeah, and so since GFE skipped the dark cross check before going in for Aga, Sabo is going to be the one working backwards for this play. Just has to find that small key real quick. Does so. So Leo out of the dark in Aga Tower. GFE just about a floor behind right now. Using that fire rod to great effect so far.
Oh, and there's the full magic.
So let's see. Kazan gets his lamp, and yep, he's going to set up for the water walk. He wants to at least check this out, see if maybe... Because honestly, I think what we can say at this point is all the flute really is mountain access, logical mountain access in this seed.
Yep.
Is what I think is going on here, is you're supposed to get the flute and go right for Death Mountain, and Kazan maybe getting the glove could say... okay, so Kazan's just scouting the island. Like, if I get that glove and knowing what Leo's gonna get off of Lumberjack, I might just pre-head up the mountain and wait for a little bit to make that decision.
I'm in agreement with that. Wow, GFE caught up fast.
Yeah, I'd say the distance didn't really change too much. As I said, getting out of the dark for Leo was about a floor difference. At this point, that's maybe it's shrunk a little bit.
Also, half magic on Zora Ledge.
So yeah, we'll see how Kazan... Yep, Kazan's starting at Sanctuary. I think this is pure mountain from him. Saying, you know what, I can head up the mountain and really work with this.
Yeah, even though it's out of logic, it won't hurt to do this. We do know Aga is required because this is an all-dungeon seed.
Okay, maybe not. Kazan heading into Lost Woods, maybe getting the money.
Maybe farming for Zora.
I don't know if this is going to be directly farming. Oh, no, he's going to get... Yeah. His cape.
I think he's getting the money, too, while he's here. Yep.
Yeah, this is a free 300. I think this is a smart play. I thought maybe we could get a quick run up to... Okay, this might still be the Death Mountain play from Kazan.
It doesn't hurt to have it, and pendants are Thieves Town and Turtle Rock, and it looked like the other 5-6 was Skullwoods. And just 10 arrows on Pyramid Ledge.
Yep, so this is definitely going to... Like, I like this play, honestly. Like, I can't sell this enough as, like... I think we can say for sure the Pearl's going to be up on the mountain. This is probably an Aga Dark World seed anyway, at this rate, but I feel like you have to make this call and just say, you know what, that's meant to be my logical mountain for my Pearl or whatever.
Now this could be flute or flippers right here. Nope, it's Piece of Heart. But...
And that's the thing. What Kazan can do here is he'll be able to just save the time. Is, you know, tell Leo, like, hey, skip Spec Rock. You know,
there's a heart container.
Para 2 or Para 5.
I did not.
Nothing in Spec Rock either. So neither of our Spec Rock checks or anything this time.
Oh, was that 10 arrows? That's what it looked like.
Yeah,
okay.
It was.
Thank you.
So, yep, Kazan just far enough ahead to be able to give all that info. And realistically, Missing Playoffs is going to have a similar situation. At this rate, you know, unless we find Mitts soon. Like, Kaizen not having the flute is not a huge detriment. It's going to be a little bit of a mobility loss. But, ooh, Kaizen now out of bombs.
Yeah. There's more, though.
Failed.
I think they know where to farm bombs anyway, though. I think it was 8 bombs and tree poles. And Leora getting her piece, or getting their thing. There's the hammer and the mushroom, though.
Yeah, so Kaizen's going to probably just continue on to Hera. I mean, or what are we going to have? A vanilla Moon Pearl or French Vanilla Pearl at this rate?
No matter what it is, they got hook shot to be able to do Hera pot.
Yeah. Now this is the second game between these two teams, so this is their last game for week 1. So game 1 did go to missing playoffs earlier in the week.
Yeah, Kaizen does have the hook shot.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to get into Hera if not for that.
There's the big key in Hera, though.
It's always a good feeling knowing you can just go immediately do the rest of this play.
That mini troll dorm, though, is being a pain.
Kaizen going to give us the bomb version, the newest bomb version of the Hera pot. The little bomb boost. Very nice.
Yeah, it looks to be easier to set it up that way, too.
Yeah, this is probably the easiest of the versions. I know a lot of people have picked up the Philly pot variation, and that one's really good. But from my own thoughts on it, like, that new version is really quite simple. And we have a vanilla pearl.
Is this even randomized?
So grab that big key in the basement and then go right for that big chest.
What? Oh, wait.
Kaizen coming up on our first crystal pendant boss, and oh, Moldorm says we're taking no prisoners today. You got up here out of logic. Pay the penalty.
Yeah.
And yes, as chat pointing out, the glove is still out of logic, so technically logical Dark World access is not one of our things right now.
Logical is through Aga, yep.
Leo giving us the old Philly pot, so getting to see kind of both of the versions, and Kaizen gets the second prize of Hera off of Moldorm, so very, very straightforward Hera today.
Yep, and it was
Get the big key, get the big chest, and then get Moldorm, and you're good.
Yep, and it was just 20 rubies on Troll Dorm. So we don't have to go back to the basement.
Yeah, and hopefully, so what we're getting here is Kaizen should be able to hit Spiral Cave before Leo has to make a decision, hopefully, or roughly around the time. Now, if I'm JKLOL in this position, I think you kind of say to Kaizen, like, go do, like, either runner can do East or West Dark World. So it's really just a question of, you know, who do you want where? Oof. Moldorm really not taking prisoners with JKLOL today.
Nope. Also, I am not understanding the logic here. Oh, they got mushroom. They did, like, mushroom.
No, they have Dark World access here. Hammer and Hookshot gives West Dark World or South Dark World.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about, through the logic stuff, but yeah. Sorry, I've blinked on that.
We get rid of the glove for Kaizen, like, there's still a logical way to be in these checks that he's making now, and even for Leo to make those checks or the North to West Dark World. This is all good. It's just, you know, that glove only makes things a little easier for him.
True. There's blue mail on the guy. There's a blue bottle, 20 rubies, a piece of heart, and 10 arrows.
Chance that Leo might pick up that stuff a little bit later. Not hugely important, but could be a nice little stop off for safety. She is going to check out that mushroom real quick. It makes the most sense for her given her flute. And just a piece of heart.
Yep. We're going to get a look at Stumpy and probably Dig Game here, too. And Cave 45 if Stumpy or Dig Game have the mirror. Just a piece of heart.
And Leo is going to go after that glove. They know they need it, and really it just makes life convenient. And also she's going to check off Hobo at this point, because Kazan did not go for that check.
And there's
another bottle.
What is this, bottle percentage today?
Sure, why not? Just as long as you like the fact that 2 of them already had bees.
Yeah. It all depends really on how comfortable they are with low bottles.
Yeah, I think in terms of the bottle question, like the fact that Kazan got that really quite generous blue bottle out of Hype Cave, to him just says, I don't need another. Like if you get one good bottle, I think you're going to feel pretty comfy in this.
Yep.
So Kazan is going to make the Aga play here. I think he knows his next play is going to be Village of Outcasts, or like pretty soon it's going to be a Village of Outcasts play. So there is no reason for him to not make this run. I'll be curious to see where Leo decides to start. She is starting Sanctuary, so I think this could be VO from her. Meanwhile, Sabo Tender does take down Moldorm for his first crystal, so that's 1 crystal apiece for all 4 of our runners, all of them having taken down Hera.
Makes sense since Hera was their only dungeon they could complete right now.
Well, and we have Crystal Skull. Crystal Skull and Pendant Thieves are now fully in Logic.
True.
If you missed game 1 of this series, or of this little week matchup, I do recommend taking a look. There was some interesting piece of the puzzle to figure out in that one. Try not to spoil too much, but a good first race. So
Looks like Sabo Tender and Leoria are going to Skullwoods or Thieves Town.
yeah, Sabo's definitely heading for Thieves. Leo's heading in. I wouldn't be shocked if she makes the play also into the Thieves area first. This is not a great moth for either of them. 5 hearts. I think Leo's got a potion, but even still, like, it's not really the kindest moth fight. So yeah, I'm not surprised that either of them are heading into VOO. But here's that play from GFE that's going to be a little different. GFE heading towards the pod area.
Also, we just got our second mail upgrade. The second one was in C-shape house.
Nice free armor upgrade as we get the clearing of Village of Outcasts real quick.
300 rubies in the brewery and 100 in the first chest in Thieves.
So the only real difference is up to this point, you got Sabo and Leo pretty much tied up on decisions and checks. Kazden and GFE are kind of the opposite in a regard. Kazden obviously looks to be a little bit behind. Kazden made the play to check out all of Eastern, though, whereas GFE is now in the pod. So we'll see what they get out of this pod play. So we do know that pod is bow-locked, and GFE's not leaving.
Gonna do the mimic clip.
I think he's going to go with Potion Glitch. I don't know. I know this was one of the things that was kind of a big deal in the Game 1, was P-Train was the runner for Game 1 for missing playoffs with GFE. And P-Train is a pretty good Mimic Clipper. When it came to GFE mentioning this, like, it sounded like they were more comfortable with that as their person in the pod. So I'm guessing this is going to be a Potion Glitch. Yeah, he's setting up a little bit of damage because he's... Yep, there you go. There's your potion use. And it looks like Kazden's going to continue on to Quakefish.
So how does the mimic or the bottle glitch work?
So what you do for that is you open up the wall. So you get that done first. You stand in the hallway. You don't have to be really far down. Start holding left. And then as soon as you start moving left, use the potion. And then just make sure to not go too far past the entrance to that hole, because if you push past that, it actually ruins the little the clip or the unlock.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a really straightforward glitch and can save some considerable time. Generally speaking, it's really just about as fast as any real potion or mimic clipping. I know some people... Like, if you're a really good clipper, you can probably get it faster. But generally speaking, camera unlocks really quick and easy.
Also, just a piece of heart on Catfish.
And so far, nothing really major out of Palace of Darkness. You know, if we get anything at this rate, it's going to be bow-locked. And the question just is, you know, maybe do we get the other? Hey, there's the flippers.
Yep, chat was just saying that.
So there's that glove, logically.
Yep, they needed Aga to get their glove via the flippers. You gotta love randomizer logic.
Yeah, and this is one of those, you know, if you're a newer player, one of the things you see a lot in the main rando Discord is, and a vanilla myths. Lovely. A lot of... Yeah, we got mitts in the Thieves Town Big Chest. But one of the things you'll see a lot of newer runners usually mention in the main rando Discord is they go, I've got Dark World through Aga, but I don't have a glove. How do I get to West Dark World? The tracker says I can. That hammer or that flipper's method of doing so is really common.
Also, I think Hookshot does it too, right?
Yeah, it's a combination of hookshot with either flippers, hammer, or glove.
Okay.
Yeah, I will say this matchup, Kazden and Leoria was set when these teams scheduled. Today's race was supposed to be Sabotender and P-Train. They had to make a slight reschedule, so GFE is stepping in today in P-Train's spot.
Which, of course, is allowed if something comes up.
Yeah, the only requirement is that by the end of the season, all 3 players of a team must have participated in at least 5 races.
Also, piece of heart on blind.
Both runners getting a little bit off script today, but you know, you got a cape, so plenty safe.
The bow was in the big chest and pod by the sounds of it.
Yeah, we've got a locked bow today, so we know that there's some bow elsewhere in the seed. We just don't know where it is. Kazden is going to give us Skull Woods in the meantime.
Was the bow in pod big chest or one of the dark room ones? Bow was in dark maze top. Okay.
Kazden, you have Samaria. Kazden, please.
That gives GFE and Sabo a pretty big lead right there, in my opinion.
Well, and the big thing with that is, like, I agreed with you to a point. The one thing I'll point out is that is a bow-locked bow.
Yeah.
So it's not the worst case. If our bow was in pod and it wasn't bow-locked, I'd be really concerned. But the fact that that was bow-locked is, at least, it bodes well for them.
We're going to get a look at the breadsmiths here in a minute.
Yeah, nice opportunity there. We're getting that little bit of a split from Kaizen and Leo on this. Kaizen's going to take care of the moth stuff, while Sabo's just going from VOO up to here. So, nice little split up. I mean, realistically, Kaizen's going to go straight from this into Thieves Town. The mitts are way too valuable to not go right after. And really, you're just hoping for a bow to show up for JKLOL. Because that'll send them back, and they will get those silvers. It's not a huge deal right now. Just the simplicity of it.
Bow could be right here on the blacksmiths. And on blacksmiths, we have 5 rubies.
Yeah, depending on how buried this bow is, it can really compound in this race. But Leo is going to flute, and she is heading to the mire area. So far, we've only got a Quake medallion, and does she? I guess she might have the Bombos medallion as well. So,
we're getting a look.
Oh, she just has Quake.
What was that for opening up mire? Was that Bombos?
I think it was Bombos.
And in Mire Shed, we have 20 rubies. And the 4th bottle. We know where all 4 of them are. There we go.
There's a nice moth kill for Kaizen for a compass. So we still are waiting for that second item. Sabo into the fight as well. Fighter Sword Moth is not an easy fight.
Yeah, but he also doesn't got a lot of magic either. GFE is going into Lost Woods right now.
Yep, he knows that he's going to prioritize Thieves Town, just like Kaizen is prioritizing Thieves. Lego's going to get that half magic.
Yep, we're also going to get a look at Zora finally, too.
Well, and I think this is Leo thinking half magic in and Zora into ice, potentially.
Yeah, I do not blame her for getting half magic here if she did, right after Zora, because if you're here, you might as well. And it's magic powder.
And unfortunately, Sabo taking a rough death there on the moth. Really was trying to dance with that fight and just wasn't cooperating at the end there.
But yep, there's the half magic for Leoria.
Yeah, and Leo swimming out of here tells me this is definitely a nice play for her. She wanted that, like, I like the play. It's a little safe, and it might seem a little bit of a waste of time. But when you're doing Fighter Sword Ice Palace, like, one safety like that is just massive.
Yep. Thankfully, a lot of stuff in Ice Palace can die to the hook shot.
And it does look like, yes, Sabotender actually heading out of Skull Woods right now. Second item is Skull. Yeah, Bugnet.
Yep. You and me were thinking the same thing.
So that is the clear of Skull Woods for Kaizen, and he's heading right into Thieves Town and the Village of Outcast area. Although it looks like he's also going to give us, yeah, he's going to give us Bumper Ledge. And there's the other bow.
Where was it?
Bumper Ledge.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. Nice little find. There we go. That is a great thing for JKLOL in this position. And I say this as I am a teammate. I am a team member of JKLOL, and, like, I'm happy to see it.
Yep, because now they are guaranteed to have silvers.
Well, that's the one thing I'm not sure I would say. Like, if they find themselves somehow into go mode before then, like, they could miss them. I think it's unlikely. Like, I think at this point, Kaizen's going to get his mitts, and I'd say be very, very likely to just go right into pod.
True. Like, the preferred way to go do pod is if you can do it and Eastern at the same time, but you need the mirror for that.
So Leo going through Ice Palace here. I haven't seen anything really show up yet. We've got GFE and Kaizen both working on finishing up their own Thieves Towns, knowing they have to get those mitts. And Sabo Tender back into Skull Woods. Is looking for that second item real quick, as well as probably going back for revenge. Unfortunately, what we can say is the second item is in the big chest, and did Sabo not get the big key? Oh no, Leo taking a death there in that ice room. So unfortunately, these low percent dungeons really not helping out Sabo or Leo yet on this one. So I'm sure they're both a little frustrated today. But yeah, Sabo's death and not having that... Oh, does have the big key, just hadn't checked the big chest. That really is unfortunate. Gonna spend a lot more time in this dungeon as a result. And the red jelly is just not assisting in this bomb jump.
Yeah, did Leoria take a death on Cold Stare?
No, Leo died in the fire, one of the fire bar ice rooms.
Oh.
So unfortunate, you know, just didn't have a great run through that room.
Yeah, on low health, that's not a fun room to do anyway.
So GFE does have the completion of all those checks. Or finished up Thieves Town, got his mitts. Since he's got Fire Rod, Ice Rod, and Samaria, he's going to check out DDM. Maybe he can go beat Trinex and Turtle Rock. The one big advantage here is that Bombos medallion for JKLOL. So not much he can do with it yet. We know that it grants access to Mire. I have to assume, like, for Leo, it's going to be beat Ice Palace, go to Bumper Ledge and get your bow, and then we see some combination of them beating Pod and Eastern.
I agree with that.
And it is Quake for Turtle Rock, so more options for team missing playoffs. I have to guess, if I had a guess right now, I see Sabo maybe venturing towards Pod, maybe going for the bow-locked bow, but I would also say, are we gonna see a soon, you know, a check of Bumper Ledge? Like, I'm surprised with Cade we didn't get a scout yet from that team.
Ditto. Piece of Heart in the first chest, Piece of Heart in the second. I didn't see what was the third. Leoria is making me nervous.
Yeah, imagine my position. Whew.
Good job,
Alice, the cold stare kill. Kaizen's gonna head to pod, so he'll find out silver information. And Sabo Tender heading to the mire area, so not even a scout of Bumper Ledge. That's... It's not terrible, but at the same time, this is like, you know, I'm very curious when that means they find it. So, like, Kaizen's gonna go and get silvers now, and, like, Leo's probably gonna go get the bow off of Bumper Ledge, and, you know, I think she goes to get Bombos as well from Eastern. Like, the plays kind of make themselves here. What are we missing? We're missing a mirror and a sword.
Yep, is Leoria doing a magic bat?
Like, I think there's a good chance that GFE finds the mirror for missing playoffs here and puts them into short of Bombos medallion for no mode. Yeah, and here's the play for Leoria's bow off of Bumper. And I imagine she'll probably head to Eastern next, knowing that she needs Bombos. And that's plenty of time for Kaizen to give her silvers information. And, like, if I know that I've got a low percent mire coming up, I probably go get silvers before heading in.
Definitely.
The plus side I will say for missing playoffs right now is the one item we need that we don't know about is technically the mirror, so not being able to clear Mimic Cave isn't a problem. Although they don't know that right now. But yeah, the fact that Leo needs Bombos before she can even consider Mire, like, if I'm in their position, I think you send Leo to beat Eastern.
Agreed.
But I could be wrong. I'm not listening. You know, I don't have an idea from their side of things. That's just how I would probably play it. Okay, so Leo is fluting. And I was completely wrong. She's going up the mountain.
Death Mountain, or Turtle Rock play, maybe?
Yep, this is a DDM play for her. So more likely, Kaizen will head from here to Mire.
Just a heart container in the big chest. They have to skip Mimic Cave.
Yeah, and as I said, it's not a big deal in the seed. We know, like, unless, like, our first sword is here, or, like, our second sword is there, and the other two are, like, on tablets. You know, something completely ridiculous. And Leo's like, don't go! Come back! And yeah, as Vortex is pointing out, like, I'm not if I'm, like, I could say for both GFE and Leoria, like, Leoria got her, I think she got her bow, like, in either of their cases, like, I'd be very tempted for both of them to have gone to Eastern. One, because it saves GFE a mountain trip right now, but also because, like, it's you're the only one of your teammates with a bow. I have to wonder if part of this is, you know, is this like trying to just maybe find the other bow for Sabo? The one thing I did notice was Sabo didn't do Herapot in Hera, so I'm wondering is Potion Unlock also something he isn't feeling comfortable with right now? I'm not sure. Like, I can't assume either way, so I don't know what the weight is, or like, you know, why Turtle Rock was the definite play from both of these runners.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like, I think Eastern would have been a good play from, like, Leo knows she needs Bombos. But meanwhile, Kazin does have those silvers, so Leo's going to be in a good position, being able to get those before going after Meyer.
GFE was trying to do fighter sword strats.
Well, and Fighter Sword is quite a, there is quite a few conditions on that, so it's usually based on having a couple of magic extensions. We have one, or we'd actually have enough, but when you've got Hammer, you just do Hammer.
Yep. You don't waste time on this by doing swords unless it's tempered or butter. And I think this is the compass. Yep.
You are correct. So that is another another pendant for missing playoffs. So right now on missing playoff side, we've got 7 dungeons cleared to 6 for JKLOL. Everybody's got also an AGA clear. So
you know what? You know where the mirror could be? Because there are a lot of places. Mirror can be on pedestal.
Yeah, we've got some good options. GFE is going to give us one of them with Spike Cave. Technically, we do have all of Meyer.
Actually, Book could be on pedestal too.
I love the paradox known as a book on ped. Unfortunately, Sabo runs out of magic, so both runners having a little bit of an adventure with this play, but nice cleanup there from Sabo for another dungeon. That's number 4 for Sabo Tender, as Kazin gets his 4th dungeon as well.
Oh,
so
there's the mirror in Spike Cave.
Yep, so I think for Leo, this is going to be her play, is, you know, get done Turtle Rock and just run over to Spike Cave. So both teams just one item from no mode besides sword, or being into sword mode, sorry. Okay, Sabo's got the flute out. I'm going to go to Ocean Shop. GFE is going to give us Swamp Palace. This is, you know, we were talking about the question of Eastern Palace here. And this is one of the big moments where I'm kind of like, Eastern's the safer play for GFE.
Yep, well,
like, when it comes to Swamp, you have to make a decision about left side here. Eastern's one of those more linear dungeons. You're gonna have to beat all of it, really.
Yep, and Kazin is going into Meyer.
I like this play from Kazin, is like, don't follow Leo. Leo hasn't found anything in TR yet. You have bow and silvers. You have the easy Vidi fight. Go take care of Vidi.
Yep. And Leoria can do easy Vidi too when she goes that way.
Yeah, the waterfall was Quake. Bombos is in Eastern Palace. That's really the big difference in progress right now, is Kazin made the early Eastern dip while Leo cleaned up a lot of other things.
Yep, I also think this means Ped is dead too.
Oh yeah. I mean, once again, it's just, you know, where is a sword?
Yep.
Ooh. Always tight with that magic, but Sabo does get his mirror. And because there was nothing in Turtle Rock, I think my only concern is that Sabo goes right back to TR and beats it with that mirror to get Mimic Cave.
That'd be an interesting out of the way play though.
It would.
Because that's not exactly a quick trip.
No, but that would be the cautious play from that team.
Yep.
Okay.
They are doing that. Go ahead, sorry.
No, but Sabo is making the play to pod, so we'll get that bow locked bow. But this does mean I don't see a situation where missing playoffs gets silver arrows.
Ditto here. Not unless GFE decide, or the Sabo decide to go check Bumper Cave.
But like Sabo's gonna beat pod, get the bow locked bow, and then go and do yeah. Ooh, tough death there for Leo. Damn.
That's a bad. There was a sword found.
Did we?
Yep, GFE.
Oh, it's Swamp.
Sword.
Of course, Swamp always has one. Didn't we know Swamp is always known for having swords?
Yep, it was in the big chest of Swamp. So they're in go mode. Or no, they're not. They still need bombos.
And we have a vanilla big key in Misery Mire there.
Of course. It wouldn't be Misery Mire without a little bit of misery attached to it. Now, at least Leoria didn't have to go very far to come back.
Yeah, she had the middle door, so it's a little bit of an annoyance, but not terrible. She is still going to have to go back on the laser bridge. Needs that last key.
Yeah, I imagine she's just going to use the cape. Yep.
Yeah, no reason to even stress out about this one. Meanwhile, Casey's giving us that spooky to get through the end of Mire as GFE is just working away at Argus.
Sabatender going through pod. Looks like he did do the bottle skip or glitch, or I'm not entirely sure what it's called.
The potion unlock.
Okay.
As Leo enters into her Trinex fight now as well.
And of course, the hammer doing tempered sword damage.
Yep, and Leo is playing it a little bit safer here. Gonna take out the ice head before the fire head. Doesn't want the ice floor to pop up, so she's doing that really quick first.
Yep, GFE's checking the right side or left side swamp.
Yeah, and this is the hard part for missing playoffs is because of the fact that neither runner from missing playoffs has checked Eastern. That's a very like obvious or easy Bombos medallion, and instead they're gonna have to like, you know, they're almost last locating it in a sense because like this feels like the good play.
Yep.
But realistically, GFE had a fully clearable Eastern available to him for a while.
Yep, also Kaysden is heading into Eastern. Mirror was in Spike Cave.
Yeah, and here we go, Leo. Yep, Leo's heading to Spike Cave, so JKLOL is going to be in sword mode within a minute. So good situation for them. And Leo's going to be in the situation being able to double pod and Eastern together.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a big time save. At least, what, 2 to 3 minute save?
It's not terribly much. There's a convenience factor to it more than anything else.
Yep, Leo can get silvers for Armos. Kaysden is also will have silvers, or he does have silvers.
Yeah, Kaysden's already on silvers, but there you go. I mean, easily being able to say like, hey, we're set, like, let's go.
Yep, they're both in go mode right now.
Yeah, they just need to get that sword out of swamp, and they'll be set.
Oh, missing the butt duck. And left side swamp had the bloomerang and something else.
Yeah, I think the one thing that could have really helped missing playoffs there was a sword.
Yep, having tempered would have been nice. I think we still have an item on Armos too. I think that, yeah, the map and compass were the first 2 checks, so we do have an item.
Just a piece.
You think they'll turn in green pendant?
Nope. Possibly in Kaizen's position, but he might just go full dungeon mode.
True. Yeah, he's doing it. Leoria going to get her silvers first. And
well, yeah, and beat Pod.
Yeah.
It's a dungeon. Beat it.
Have to beat them all anyway. And Kazden, I think, is going to head straight to Spike Cave.
Yep.
GFE is going to find 20 rubies in the Hammer Peg cave. And I think a piece of heart on blacksmiths. I don't think we ever checked the purple chest.
We did not. And I forget how far in Bombos is.
It's
Was it vanilla big key chest?
No, it was in French vanilla.
No, not the big key, the Bombos medallion.
Yeah. That was French vanilla.
Bombos is not usually in Eastern?
What?
I'm asking which chest the Bombos medallion is in.
It's in the next chest right here, in the French vanilla big chest. No, I meant French, like the French vanilla for big key chest.
There is, I mean, there's a big key chest and then there's not a big key chest. That's why I'm confused. But Bombos medallion, that is go mode for missing playoffs. Meanwhile, JKLOL into Swamp Palace on Kaizen's side as Leo's just working through Pod. So she'll get her big key there. She also got silvers, so she is done with Palace of Darkness. Just has to go beat a Helmosaur.
She did get the big key, right? I didn't see it.
Yep,
Okay.
that was in the Rupee Maze, or the Rupee Basement.
Okay. I shouldn't have doubted it, but like I didn't spot it, so.
But yeah, the advantage here is the silver arrows.
Which can be a big time save.
Especially with just like all the things that are still left. Like Kaizen's got his is at 6 dungeons, working on his 7th. Sabo is in his 6th right now. GFE is on his 6th. But it's gonna start showing in some of these bosses coming up. So like, do I expect GFE or Sabo to have issues with Armos? No, but it's a little faster. Meyer, Vitreous is one of those bosses that greatly benefits. Even Landmolus can be a bit easier with the silver arrows. So, you know, and especially Ganon, and that's really going to be, do we find a 3rd or 4th sword? And if so, where? And that's the other thing is, currently right now, JKLOL knows the route for Meyer. You know, if I'm if I'm routing Meyer, I know it's vanilla, so like I will, if I'm Kaizen, I'm like, Leo, when you go to Meyer, it's, you get the pot key in Spike Room, then you go to vanilla big key chest. Go there and boss. Whichever member of Missing Playoffs goes in first, they're gonna have to rummage around a little bit.
Yep, Kazden just picked up his Master Sword, so their team is in go mode once Leoria does.
Yeah, and Leo's gonna do Eastern next. She's got her mirror ready.
Yep. No, it doesn't make sense to go do Swamp right now.
Yeah, GFE pulled the bow-locked bow out of Palace of Darkness. And nobody from Missing Playoffs scouted the ledge, even with how early our cave was today. Surprisingly enough, so does not look like Missing Playoffs is going to be getting their silvers. And that could be a big difference down the line.
Yeah, if they're stuck on Master Sword silvers, Master Sword, there's a huge difference between Master Sword and silverless and silvers. And here's Bombos. GFE going into Meyer.
So yeah, 5 dungeons for Leo, 6, now about to be 7 for Kazden, 6 for each of Sabo and GFE. So really, we're pretty much even on the dungeon count. Kazden's definitely in one of the longer dungeons. He still also has a Turtle Rock clear. So
does Sabo.
Yeah, Kazden's Ice and Desert are going to be pretty quick. Desert, I mean, we haven't seen Desert at all yet.
Nope. And that place can be trolly with the keys.
Luckily, it's the front is so open, like it's not an annoyance really. We'll see where Kazden goes next. I could see either he might try to get a route for Leo for Desert. Since she's a little behind on dungeons, you kind of want to plow through a little bit and be able to say, hey, here's your big key, you know, just go mode this way. And it looks like that's what he's going to do.
Yeah. Now, just a clarification too, looks like Kazden's going to try to see if there's another sword around. The book can also be inside of Desert, right?
Sure, it's just like I wouldn't expect us to make any checks of it.
No, I'm not expecting to. Just clarification question.
And I was trying to pay attention also to the Meyer situation. That's a shovel in the torches chest. So unfortunately, for Missing Playoffs, not going to get a better idea of where the big key is.
Nope, it's in the loading screen room for one thing.
Yeah, it's vanilla. So unfortunately, if torches was a small key, they'd know that it was vanilla. But given the lack of a small key there, we didn't know that.
Yep, there's the small key in Desert though. Meaning big key is in left or right side.
Yeah, we could still have it here in our Igor room as well, and it is. So Kazden's going to be able to skip one of the small keys in the back of Desert, and Leo's just going to skip the torch anyway.
Yep. And Leoria is heading into Swamp now, and GFE is going to go pick up his big key in Misery Mire now.
Yeah, so Kazden now up to 7, Leo up to 6, Sabo on number 7, and GFE about halfway through his 7. So Leo's going to prioritize her next sword. So Kazden looks to be in the lead for most of our runners, and there's that that key skip I was mentioning, Kaizen having that extra small key.
Yep, GFE picking up his Misery Mire key now. Sabo not having to go left side swamp.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate for missing playoffs that they did have GFE was in left side, having gone back in.
It was better to get. I think it was better probably to have checked that anyway.
In their position, it made some sense. It's just unfortunate that checking Eastern earlier was not a higher priority.
Yeah.
But Kaizen done his 8th dungeon, just has Ice and TR left, so he'll be off to Ice Palace after this.
Leoria is going to get her sword now.
Yep. Sword and Argus up for her. Sabo is going to route off Desert Palace real quick as GFE finishes up Mire.
You think Kaizen is just going to go straight to Cold Stare?
Yep, there's no reason not to. Leo already scouted the rest of the dungeon.
Okay. Yeah, just like Leoria knows that she does not have to check anything but the big chest in here.
Yep, she got her big key out of the bombable wall, and she can just grab that sword real quick.
And GFE finishing off Vitreous. Sabo Tender getting the big key out of the Igor room. I think he also grabbed the key off the torch, too. Yep.
So Kaizen likely got key routing information from Leoria on Ice Palace and was able to say, or Leo could have said to him, hey, Ice Big's kind of inconvenient, the key situation's not great, just hit the switch. This is one of those things that I know at least Kaizen and I talk a lot about in co-op races, is like, what's your Ice Palace look like to the first person in? So in this case, Kaizen being the second person in probably got some of that info from Leo. But GFE also able to get that same info, although, okay, he is going to skip all that. Unfortunately for GFE, he might have really enjoyed getting some of the, not getting some of the info for Desert, because it would have been pretty good to be able to pick up some arrows. He is all out right now.
Oof.
And even Sabo's arrow situation's not great.
Well, if need be, they can buy the arrow expansion from the ferry in Hylia.
They could, but I don't think either of them make that play. But nice silver kill there from Leo on Argus. So there's her 7th. We've got 8 dungeons for Sabo and an 8th coming up for GFE. So Leo a little bit behind, but she's got a pretty quick Mire and... Wait. Leo doesn't have Skull yet? Oh, she's got a quick Skull Woods as well.
Yep, she can literally just run to the back of Skull, can't she?
Yeah. But she'll take down Mire and Desert first. Meanwhile, GV is about a dungeon behind Kaizen and Ice Palace behind Kaizen at this point. Oh, he's got Ice and Skull left. Kaizen's got TR, so GFE might be about even with Kaizen, actually. It's really Kaizen has a lead of Mire over Sabo then.
This has been a really close race.
And we saw something similar out of game 1. That if you look at the times for the first race, it'll look like Missing Playoffs really had a dominant win, but sometimes these races are really down to just a decision here or there, and that's kind of how that game went. This one's played a lot more based on like very even decision making from both teams.
Kasten's heading up in the TR. This is his final dungeon.
Yep. Now, you're going to see both Leo and Sabotender making a same route decision for this dungeon. But I'll be very curious to see how close they finish this dungeon. Because Leo's going to make up the time that she's behind right now, just based on that.
Yeah.
That silver is gonna, those silvers are really gonna help in the Vidi fight. And like, the worst case is Sabo does have 9 arrows, which is enough to kill Vitreous's main eye at the end, but doesn't have extras to really go for the rest of the fight.
No, and that's gonna make this fight harder. Sabo did get the Master Sword.
Yeah, all of our runners are in go mode. So
Yeah.
like, there's Sabo getting his big key, Leo getting hers right afterwards. So even with her leaving a little, or entering a little bit behind, they're right on top of each other right now.
One team also has the blue mail and the other one doesn't.
I think Kaizen's actually on red mail. Looking at his sprite. That Dark Link is definitely a red mail Dark Link.
Okay.
Leo is blue mail though. I can tell you that much. That is definitely blue mail Twilight Princess. And actually, Leo's just past Sabo in Meyer. Nice use of the spooky action. Unfortunately, Sabotender doing Desert first meant he would need to have done a reflute to Flute 6 to reset up Spooky. But here we go. Vitreous for Leoria. And Silvers is just not a fair fight.
Yeah, Leo would have pulled ahead on Vitreous anyway.
Meanwhile, Kazen about halfway through, or a third of the way through Turtle Rock. GFE having finished off Cold Stare. He's got a Moth left. Kazen's got this TR left. They'll probably be roughly even into GT, from what I can see.
Uh-oh. Oh, okay, that was on purpose to do that. I thought he got stuck. Yeah, this is going to be close, whoever gets into GT first. I think Kazen will get in there just right before GFE, though. What about you?
Yeah. GFE will be a little bit behind, I think, at this rate. And, you know, we were talking about that arrow purchase. Looks like you were right. Sabotender gonna buy the arrow upgrade.
It doesn't hurt to do it.
Yeah, the only unfortunate part here is just, like, this is more time for Leo to kind of be either even maybe a bit more ahead of Sabotender. Because Leo's 2 dungeons, like, she's about to finish her 9th. And then she'll just be to a quick skull play. Ooh, short hop there. I know she's not happy about that one.
And just the map. But she will make her way to Skull Woods and just run straight to the back now. Master Sword Moth, still not exactly an easy fight.
Yeah, and really, like, you're kind of seeing, like, how far she is behind even GFE right now isn't that much.
Yep. GFE's got to be careful here, though. There we go. Never mind.
Nah, he had plenty of health. No major worries there for him.
Moth isn't even that hard of a fight. It's the room that makes it hard.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter how good you are in the game if the RNG of the room is against you.
Okay, Kazan takes down both heads of Trinex. Sabotender about to enter TR.
Oh, GFE, you should have just pulled the ped just for fun. What if it was Tempered Sword?
Well, and that's still the big question is, do we find a Tempered Sword to make these Ganon fights a little bit better? Because realistically, the Silvers continue to show their advantage.
Yep, also, let me cut you off here. It's time for everyone's favorite game of where the big key in GT is. Get your guesses in from 1 to 22.
Now, of course, the hard part with this is usually like you kind of have multiple runners all in for a team. But there's a good chance Kazan finds the big key before Leo gets there and just gives her the route.
Yep. Now, what would you say would be the ideal route for Kazan to do? Left.
So I would say the ideal route for both GFE and Kazan at this moment is, Dark Magician of some variety. You head left. Oh, and actually Kazan's going to hit Hoperum first.
I don't blame him here.
I personally think Dark Magician's a little better. Like, you do left, then do right to compass. So, like, GFE could do Hoperum, or, DM Room first and find the big key and gain a little bit of time and actually be ahead of Kazan.
Yep, he's going Dark Magician.
And as Monkey's pointing out in chat, like, I think you're right in some regards that the...
Oh, no!
Oh, wow.
He's going back to right. There's the book.
Okay, and GFE is making the more conventional play here.
If Big Key isn't on the right side, do you think that he'll go back to left side then too?
Yeah, he'll swap to full left, knowing him. I think he's in the position where he has enough of a lead.
Oh no! Oh wait, that'll work.
Yep. He just had to wait for the block a little more.
I forgot that. And there's Ether, 20 rubies, and there's the big key. That was 7. No, that was 6. No, yeah, that was 6. So King Cars wins this. Congrats.
Yeah, GFE into his climb. Or sorry, Kazan into his climb. GFE not far behind. Gonna be a straight execution now up the tower. I have to imagine GFE might check some chests at the top. I don't know if Kazan does.
Yep. Leoria's gonna know immediately where the big key is.
Yeah, and she knows there's my small key.
Yep, doesn't even have to farm for another one. She just can go into the room right after the big key.
Just has to remember to do that.
Yeah.
Too many people have accidentally not done that, and it always is a feels bad moment. You get to the top of GT and you're like, I don't have a small key.
Yep, I called a race this week that happened in.
Yeah, so if anybody joined us a little bit late today and wonders what's going on, this is the ALTTP Randomizer League Season 5. Today we are still towards the end of Week 1, but it's going to be a busy weekend. This is the Invitational League with JKLOL versus Missing Playoffs in their second game of Week 1. In terms of this seed itself, what we had happen was overall pretty close across the board. We had an early Aga seed required. But the tail of this one is looking like it's going to come down to the silver arrows. The logical first bow was on Bumper Ledge today, and Team JKLOL found their logical bow, while Team Missing Playoffs sequence broke the bow-locked bow in the back of Pod. Never actually checked Bumper Ledge, and those silvers are just gonna... It's just been adding up, and right now, you know, Leori is in third overall of terms of our runner's position, but she's got a decent advantage over Sabo right now.
Yep, and Kaysden getting a magic refill off the Whiz Rose.
Yeah, and he's going to be very appreciative of that.
And another magic refill. He passed one up, but there was another one coming out too. And Trinex goes down on Sabo's side. All of them, of course, have done Aga 1 as well. So they know...
There's the Tempered Sword at the top of GT.
Oof.
So that does mitigate some of that silver's advantage.
Yep. I was about to say, as long as GFP does check. Oh no. Oh wait.
He's forgetting the mini helmet key.
Yeah, that worried me there for a second, and I'm like, oh
no,
wait.
He just
Yeah, don't give me a heart attack, Kaysden. But yeah,
Leo taking down her Landmo too. Kaysden checking Boldorm's last possession.
Actually, I think one Ruby was on Trolldorm 1 too.
Oh, GFE actually a little bit ahead right now, having not the key issue that Kaysden had with that little at the top of GT. So gonna be first into Ganon, but Kaysden has a slight advantage. I wouldn't be shocked to see Kaysden still finish this race first, with GFE just right behind.
Yep, and Leoria remembering the small key. GFE doing a beautiful bounce off the harpoon. GFE's got to be careful here.
Unfortunately, Kaysden not getting his 1-in-1. gonna say Kazan gonna have to watch out a little bit.
Thankfully, Ganon's pretty easy to deal with.
And he had a potion and he just decides to burn it now.
Yeah. Thankfully, Ganon's pretty easy to deal with after phase 1 and 2.
Leo almost getting that triple there, but still fine.
She did do a great. Oh, and Kazan has his Ganon kill.
Yep, just has to wait for that bridge to get across, but get your GGs in chat for Kazan. We'll give you his time as soon as he crosses over the bridge. And there we go, Kazan finishing first with a 1:25.47. Now, GFE also taking down Ganon, and he'll be crossing the bridge as well in just a second. GFE finishing second with a 1:26.02. So that 15-second edge is the difference right now. Leo into her Ganon fight. Working on her own 1-1. Doesn't get the 1-1, but is just finishing off phase 2 here. Just decides to pop the cape. Yep, and just gonna grab onto the wall. Make it nice and quick and easy.
Yep. Those who don't know, grabbing the wall while using the cape does not drain your magic.
So Leo into phase 3. Oh man, that Ganon. Does she have a fairy?
Nope.
No, ouch. That is a rough one there. I'm sure she is not pleased with that. Looks like her time is still fine. She's got quite an edge right now on Sabo. Just not ever a good feeling.
Sabo's gotta be careful there. Thankfully, he also has a potion.
But Leo into a... I think this is one of her preferred positions for phase 2 Ganon for the 1-1, so she's probably feeling a lot better about this one. Yep. Gets through the phase 2 this time pretty quick and painless.
Also,
into phase 3.
Also, we got to see what was on the pedestal. It was 20 rubies. But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Also,
so Leo back into phase 4. Sabo Tender currently in Torches 1. Nice setup for this. Just gets the double. And there we go. There's the 4th silver arrow for Leoria. And that should do it on this fight. Sword up. Get those GGs in chat for Leoria of Light. We'll see as soon as she crosses the bridge. And there we go. Leoria finishing in 3rd with a 1:28.55. Securing the win for Team JKLOL this week for this game 2 between the two teams. So a split between Missing Playoffs and JKLOL. And we will look to get Team JKLOL in here. They are in the waiting room. And Sabo Tender is going to finish out the seed. Oh my gosh, Moldorm in a rage.
also,
We're joined by Kazan and Leoria. Hello, friends. GG.
Hello. GG.
Hi, gamer. GG. I'm not okay. I'm not okay.
Neither am I.
Yeah, I mean, if this was our own private conversation, just the 3 of us, off in, the Ivory Crimson Tower or whatever, or Obsidian Tower, I'm sure we'd have words. But thoughts on the seed?
Don't forget Mini Helma Small Key.
Don't be afraid to use your potion.
Safeties are intended to be used.
So I don't know how much chat has gone on between the two teams in the race room since finishing, but do you guys know what roughly is kind of the difference on this one?
No. We know the silvers.
Yeah.
Okay, so
like the
silvers
pod-
were a big
or bow
piece.
situation.
Yeah, they both got the bow locked bow. The other piece was Kazin, your early dip of Eastern for Bombos.
Yeah, that came up in chat too. I hadn't even thought about that, like through the entire seed, that could be a thing. So
yeah, what happened was that GFE gets that bow and decides to kind of in a similar position to you, rushes the mitts. You and GFE both stayed out of Stevestown at first, but then went to follow Sabo and Leo on that play. But then, yeah, it became GFE does that. Then he goes up to TR, gets the mirror, and goes to Swamp. Like, it was just every play except for Eastern that kind of delayed that find.
right. So we were pretty much doing the same thing.
In many ways,
Sounds
yes.
like, yeah.
It's terrifying.
A little bit.
So how
Yeah,
relieving was it to find a third sword?
Very.
So we were kind of thinking, it's like, there's a chance you skip map chest and swamp, and you only check like dive down and waterfall that's along the way. I don't know how likely that would be, but like we're thinking there's a chance. So I was really curious where other swords would turn up, just information wise. Like, are you going to be stuck in GT mode after you find the big key or something? And then finding the other sword on the climb, it's like, well, if you didn't get that sword in swamp, like you're doing master sword silvers at a minimum. And then I also hadn't thought about the silvers, like bumper ledge is pretty easy to miss too, so.
Yeah, I think the hard part there was, what, you had Cape at, Cape was your last play before Aga, Kazdin, but really that Cape was super early.
Yeah, it was. But the Cape was for Aga is the thing. It wasn't for...
Yeah, fun logic there, right?
Once you, for me, a lot of the time, once I use an item, I don't think as much about like what it could have been given to me to get. Like, even though there's no reason it can't be for multiple things. It's just usually it feels like you get one for one item type of thing.
But Sabo Tender has a Ganon exploding. Get your GGs in chat for Sabo Tender. And we'll get that final time in just a second. And there we go. Once again, Sabo Tender finishing fourth with a 1:33.27 to close out this race today. We'll see if we can get GFE and Sabo in for the interview as well.
Looks like we've got them in the waiting room. And they're there.
Yep. GFE's joined us, and it looks like Sabo will be jumping up just in a second. But hello, GFE, GG. And hello, Sabo Tender, GG.
GG's.
GG's.
So I was talking to JKLOL about a little bit about the seed. I guess, your guys' initial thoughts on this one.
Yeah, I don't know. We felt like we were doing okay. And we weren't doing okay. So, it is what it is.
I don't know. Like, we've all been there. But, like, we had our conversation while I was, I think I was doing Thieves at the time. And Sabo was having his, like, rough times in Skullwoods. I was telling him, it's all right, man. Don't worry about it. Just come back for a month later. Just do the front, check bumper. And then he sounded like he was having some troubles in the front. And I think the tilt just got to him. And that bumper check never happened.
That definitely was the case. that would have been really clutch to find that bow just sitting there on the bumper ledge. But yeah, that was my task, and I kind of lost the assignment on that one. So yeah, I don't know. It's a bummer. It sucks when you play poorly.
Tilt is real, dude. Like I feel
real.
that struggle.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I feel that a lot too. I've done that more times than I care to admit. Where it's like I should do this, and then I don't. Yeah, that's such a feels bad moment.
I was gonna say, I think everybody had some of their moments today. I think that's almost a given in week 1 of the season. There's definitely some early jitters.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
these
sure.
races.
definitely.
Another thing with this seed that is just irritating, really. Like, we were both in Hera, and we both had 5 hearts and Kate, and no have magic, of course, and no bottles with anything useful in them. So, like, as I was leaving Hera to go do Spiral, I said, like, do you think you can do Spike Cave? I mean, it's super tight. Like, I think you can do it with Kate and
I think
5
Cape
hearts,
requires
but-
either half magic or another bottle logically.
Yeah,
Logically,
you
yes,
have
but
to
there's
have-
there's a
with
cusp
Hookshot-
of
with
the number of
Hookshot
hearts you can get by with.
Oh, yeah,
perfect,
you can do
and-
it
Bomb
without,
boost
but-
yourself. Yeah.
But like we both agreed, like, no, that's too risky. It's probably not going to work anyway. Just go. But I mean, if anyone does that, like, that is huge.
Yeah,
in the
well, so
sea.
like we were thinking about doing that, except we made the mistake of I went to check Spiral and then was gonna have Leo do it, but forgot Leo didn't have the glove yet, so he can't do it. So I believe I had a potion with a blue goo and the cape at the time, so for me to do it would have been pretty free. But
Yeah,
we
yeah.
just kind of made that mistake. It's like, well, it's not that bad. We can always flute back to the mountain and get it later. But
Honestly,
at the same time, like, when are you going to flute back to the mountain for that one check?
In a way, it kind of paid off because, I mean, all mirror checks were basically go modable, other than getting your sword in Swamp, which is pretty much on the way.
Did you guys do Smith Chain?
Yeah. When I was in Swamp, which I did TR to Spike, got the mirror, and then I basically went to Swamp. I told him to go, because he had just finished Ice. I told him to go play catch up with just go ahead, get his logical bow, and then he could mirror and do Eastern, since we hadn't done that yet. And so while he was doing pod, I was doing Swamp. I went back in for left side because it's 2 items. Like, if it had been 1, I was out. But it was 2, and we didn't have a lot of good checks left. So I felt like I had to go back in. After that, I went up to 45, was going to do Smith Chain, and then head to Desert. And about the time I was turning in Purple Chest, he found Bombos. And
Gotcha. That's right. That's when it was. Yep.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Early Eastern skip and just that bumper ledge, which I think I'd already been to pod by the time he would have checked bumper ledge. So I mean, I would have still
you had
gone
the bow
there
really pretty early in that sequence.
Yeah, but still going whole seed without silvers, and you're only having master for biddy, so it slows things down all around.
Yeah, and I think both you
does.
and Sabotender were pretty low on arrows entering that Vidi fight. So, like, not great situations overall.
I left it with 0.
Yeah.
I think I only had 1, so yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we have too much else to add to this one. It was, it was what it was, but...
I guess the only question is, looking forward to Invrosia next week, everybody?
Yay.
Leo dodge.
I'll be playing that. It'll be a fun one.
Yeah.
I just finished doing a practice seed with it the other night, and my promo was last location hook shot and first chest. So
I just love those
good start,
quote unquote ice rods.
Good start. Anyway, so I mean, I'm gonna enjoy it. Like I've already said before, the seasonal league was made for me. They threw out spoiler, yay, and they give me swordless and inverted. So okay, yeah, I'll take it.
That day, I missed my
Okay.
spoiler.
I will ask you, GFE. You
Bring
know,
back
I've
spoiler,
talked to a lot of
please.
people about this one. Invrosia and Flukies.
Flukies, definitely, 100%.
And you know my answer on that.
Yeah,
About 50% of the time in Ambrosia, I forget about the item on boss until I've done it. I've done like 3 dungeons, and then I hate myself for it.
the wasted seconds while checking an extra chest.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not even seconds sometimes. Like,
Yeah, true.
minute.
it can be a lot. It can be a lot of time.
But yeah, any closing thoughts from any of our runners?
Just
GG's again,
on the
guys.
series.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew this was going to be a fun series, and it turned out 1-1. You know, that's not a bad. It could be a whole lot worse start to the season. You could start 0-2. So, we didn't want to get expectations too high. You know, got to stick to our team name, not make people think we're going to make them.
Yeah. Yeah.
We we know that just having been, promoted, like it's just for us the goal right now of don't get relegated. And so it feels good to finish week 1 with a win in our a win on our record, but at the same time, like, we know like that means absolutely nothing still because anything can happen the rest of the season. And yeah,
definitely.
we don't have like a free group or anything like that.
Nah, everyone's tough.
Not at
Yeah,
all.
everything is all of Invitational is just rough. Like, it's you gotta play your game.
Yeah,
totally. Yeah, well, good luck the rest of the way through, guys.
Good luck to you too.
same to y'all.
Yeah.
Same.
Okay,
Right on.
so before we close up shop tonight, I do want to mention the other races we have the rest of today in order of time. There is an open league match getting a restream at 7:10 p.m. over on the ALTTPR League. You got Poutine on My Cheesesteak versus Tipsy Tavern Toasters. Iceman and Pool Float are on for You Got Poutine, while Keg in the Closet and Gray Corvid are racing for Tipsy Tavern Toasters. Once again, that is on the ALTTPR League at 7:10 p.m. In invitational action tonight, we do have 2 more races. 8:10 p.m. Over on SG4. Beats from the East versus WJPDTV. Moogle Charm and Julo Ninja versus Brewers Fan JP and Willard J. Bradley. Once again, Speed Gaming 4. And then at 9:10 p.m. tonight, over on Speed Gaming 2, Divine Beastie Boys versus Don't Forget to Track Us. For Divine Beastie, we got Fear Agent and Gamachu, with Flip Heel and Ike here going for Don't Forget to Track Us. 2 great matches. And of course, plenty of races tomorrow. We do not have a firm schedule of who is on what channel, but when we do, please do check the schedules and all of the SG channels, as well as the ALTTPR League. And of course, Monday, we will be back with the next round, or the next week, which will be in Vrozda. Nira, do you want to take us out today?
Yeah, this was a fun race to call. Looking forward to the next race of both teams. And this, I have nothing else to add, but have a good night, everyone, and let's keep this going.